The Trump administration is blaming its predecessors for safety problems in the U.S. air travel industry. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy was called before lawmakers Wednesday and grilled about radio outages, staffing shortages, and a series of near disasters at some of the nation's busiest airports that have sent travel confidence simply plummeting. Let's talk more about this, and for that, the issues affecting air safety and air travel. We're joined by Mark Hackett. Mark's a major airline captain, a pilot instructor, and always great to have him on our program. Speaks from the heart. Mark, let's talk about the latest snafus, if you will, at Newark. Power outages, outdated equipment, and not to get lost in all of this, this massive renovation effort that has been going on at the facility itself. And late word that we just heard from Sean Duffy that Trump's U.S. transportation chief actually changed his wife's flight so she wouldn't have to fly into Newark. Now, for an international audience, that airport is a massive, important airport that serves the New York City area. Look, this is not a good look. There's no easy way to slice this.
Right. Yeah, Sean, thank you very much for having me. I mean, it's catastrophic. This is years in the making. Our ATC system has been running strong. But as part of your last broadcast just stated, they keep trying to do more with less. And they're playing with people's lives at this point. And I think I'm very happy with Secretary Duffy's stance on this. You can't just throw money at the problem. It's going to take time. It's going to take effort. But we need to go ahead and address this problem now before it does cost lives.
Okay, let's pick up on that, because Duffy certainly trying to defend the situation that he inherited, and there is a certain degree of obvious truth in that. But the impact of staffing issues, trauma leave, layoffs that are having on not just travel for the U.S., but internationally as well. And do you think there's also any of this frustration that Trump's team just diverts blame? Everything that goes wrong, it's the Biden administration's fault, rather than perhaps focusing on here's what we're doing?
Well, I think this issue goes beyond politics, to be honest with you. Trump did inherit a lot of this problem. He just got into office. He can't fix it overnight. I'm not debating the Republican side or the Democrat side here. I'm an airline pilot.
Right.
When I get in my airplane, I want to be safe. They're the eyes in the sky. They are the ones who tell us where everybody else is so that we can be safe. And this has been a problem for many, many years. This is not new. We've known about it. ATC's known about it. The FAA's known about it. And we're just now starting to get people like you to bring light to the issue so that we can finally get this issue resolved.
Let's talk a bit more about these ongoing technical issues. Firstly, you said it's been going on a long time. Can we actually delineate how long it has been going on? How did it get there? And are you concerned that the Trump administration is cutting federal budget, not with a scalpel, but with an actual chainsaw? Sean Duffy saying he is prepared to do more with less, not exactly alleviating concerns for people who are going to fly.
Well, true, and I don't think it's as simple as that, to be honest with you. Personally, I don't think he's cutting any areas. I haven't heard of any areas being cut that affect what we're talking about right now. You've got to understand that this equipment that ATC operates under is 25 to 40 years old. Now, me and you update our iPhones every year or two. And we're talking about working with 40-year-old equipment, and it can't be updated. It's very tough to use, and it's very tough to train on. Imagine training somebody that's used to using tablets and glass devices, and then put them in a room and say, okay, well, this is what we're going to use now. It's just a tiny little computer screen, and you have to do it this way. It's very difficult, and quite honestly, I think the system had to be upgraded for many years. We've been yelling at the top of our lungs as pilots and ATC controllers that this had to be done, but nobody's actually been listening. Now, finally, people are taking notice. And I believe President Trump is going in the right direction. This is going to take a lot of money. I know that Secretary Duffy said about 12 to 15 billion initially. Honestly, Sean, that is the tip of the iceberg. Wow. This is going to cost way more than that.
How widespread is this problem? Because we've heard a lot about Newark, but is it going on at other major airports, the similar kind of disruptions?
Yeah, good question. It is. It depends on the severity of the problem. The severity of the problem depends on the traffic, how much traffic it takes in. the Newark and the New York system in general is probably one of the most, if not the heaviest, arrival and departure airports in the nation. So it's not a surprise to me or anybody in the industry that this is where the problem is going to start showing itself. But all over the nation, air traffic controllers are understaffed.
Yeah.
By my numbers, I heard about 3,000 right now. That's tremendous. And keep in mind that they force these controllers to retire at 56 years old. That's they're losing a lot of people. They're losing their experienced controllers, and they haven't been training new ones as fast as they've been losing the old ones.
Yeah, it's tough to lose that institutional knowledge, especially, you know, right now the outlook for summer travel season is starting to kick in another 10 days or so. What do you think are going through the minds of travelers right now, and pilots as well? How concerned are they about this? Because as more information comes out about the tragic flight with the Black Hawk helicopter and the aircraft here in the D.C. area, people read that stuff and say, this really goes on every day?
Yeah, that's also a good question. And how concerned are we? We're very concerned. Keep in mind that we're not just computers in the airplane. We have our own software and ability to maintain traffic separation, but that's only in emergency situations. Our TCAS systems can give us something called a resolution advisory. When traffic gets too close to us, the TCAS will let us know, and it will give us a command to climb or descend. And we must adhere to that command, and ATC knows that. So we have the ability to avoid on our own. However, years ago, it used to be just common knowledge and commonplace amongst pilots that we believed they had the bigger picture. They could see everything that was going on around us, so we trusted that system. I think now you're starting to see pilots and controllers starting to lose faith in the system, and of course the American public is going to lose faith in that system as well.
Well, I think a lot of people have a lot of faith in you pilots and with the air traffic controllers, knowing they have a difficult job. Mark, it's always a pleasure for your insight. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you, Sean.